The internet just exploded, and no, it's not because Drake dropped another sad album. It's because King Harris, T.I.'s son, has officially taken the crown for the most jaw-dropping jail footage of the decade. Forget mugshots and orange jumpsuits. This video looks like it was filmed straight out of a Netflix crime doc mixed with a Zeus Network meltdown. The moment it hit the internet, fans froze like mannequins at a Gucci store during a robbery. And the worst part? T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, couldn't hold it together. The man who once rapped about surviving the trap is now watching his own son become a headline. Rumor has it, T.I. saw the clip, turned pale, and whispered, "Not my boy." Not like this. Social media went into cardiac arrest. Fans are crying, haters are celebrating. And the industry's whispering that this might be the moment. T.I.'s entire image collapses. This isn't your average celebrity meltdown, this is legacy versus reality. Pride versus pain. And trust me, once you hear what really went down inside that jail, you'll realize the Harris family might never recover from this one. Because this just got personal. T.I.'s world just cracked open. And it all started with one video that was never supposed to see the light of day. A clip from inside a county jail, dim lighting, chaos in the background, and a familiar face looking lost, King Harris. The same kid who grew up in mansions, riding Bentleys before he could spell the word license. Now seen in an orange jumpsuit looking like he just realized money doesn't buy mercy. The footage hit social media faster than T.I. could. Say Rubber Band Man. Within minutes, blogs from Hollywood Unlocked to the Shade Room went into meltdown mode. Fans were arguing if it was real, haters were writing essays, and the Harris family group chat reportedly went nuclear. The internet had questions. How did King Harris end up behind bars? Why did he look so broken? And more importantly, how did it get this bad? Let's rewind. King's been walking a dangerous tightrope for months. The streets one minute, Beverly Hills the next. That boy's been switching lanes like he's allergic to peace. He's been on Instagram live flexing, talking about how he's built different, while fans screamed, "You built like a trust fund." But this time, the act collapsed. Insiders claim it started after a late-night altercation at a downtown spot, details blurred, but police reports suggest things got heated. What began as typical rapper son bravado allegedly turned into chaos. Next thing you know, cuffs, flashing lights, and cameras. Someone in the holding area pulled out a phone, whispered, "That's T.I.'s kid." And the rest is internet history. The footage isn't pretty. King looks disoriented, gone is the cocky smirk, replaced by confusion and frustration. He wasn't flexing stacks or flashing grills. He was mumbling under his breath while another inmate laughed in the corner. It's the kind of moment that humbles even the loudest soul, and the internet feasted on it like a reality TV finale. When the clip hit the web, it spread faster than Blueface's baby mama drama. Fans called it karma. Others said it's a cry for help. But the person hit hardest? T.I. himself. The man's face reportedly fell when he saw the clip. This wasn't a tabloid headline anymore. It was his legacy unraveling live. T.I. once rapped about surviving raids, courtrooms, and the streets, and now his son is out here playing with the same fire he fought to escape. Imagine being the dad who built an empire, only to watch your heir burn it on Instagram. That's not just embarrassing. That's tragic irony at its finest. Social media didn't make it easier. TikTok flooded with edits, slow-motion jail footage set to emotional music. Memes captioned, "From Rubber Band Man to Rubber Wristband Boy." Twitter turned into a courtroom, half defending King as a lost kid, the other half calling him the Prince of Poor Decisions. But under all the jokes, something deeper was brewing. Fans began posting old clips of T.I. warning King to stay humble, stay grounded. "You don't want to learn the hard way," T.I. once said. Guess what? He just did. And now? T.I. is silent, but not peacefully silent. Sources close to the family say he's furious, not just at the leak, but at how the public's turning this into a circus. He feels betrayed, one insider said. He told King, "You don't know what real struggle looks like. It's the kind of tension that money can't fix. You can buy lawyers, PR teams, even silence, but you can't buy your way out of humiliation. Especially when your downfall is trending on TikTok under the hashtag #FreeKingHarris. The clip may be short, but its impact is massive. It cracked open every illusion of fame and privilege the Harris family built. It's a reminder that sometimes the ones born into the spotlight end up blinded by it. And somewhere in Atlanta tonight, T.I., the man who built a dynasty from nothing, is staring at that footage again, wondering where it all went wrong. Because this time, it's not a scandal he can rap his way out of. This one cuts deeper. If you thought the first wave was bad, part 2 of the storm makes the Kardashian divorces look like summer camp drama. Once that jail footage of King Harris hit the algorithm, the internet transformed into a full-blown reality show, except this one didn't come with producers or confessionals. The memes started first, then the reactions, and then the experts who suddenly turned into certified psychologists overnight. Everyone had something to say, and nobody held back. Instagram lives popped up faster than Wi-Fi to Starbucks. Rappers, ex-friends, even YouTube commentators with 12 subscribers jumped online to give their insider knowledge. Some claimed King was just keeping it real. Others said, he finally met the reality he's been pretending to live. That line alone got replayed so many times. It practically became a slogan. But let's be real, this wasn't just some viral clip. It was an identity crisis unfolding live. King always wanted to prove he wasn't just T.I. and Tiny's kid. He wanted to be seen as a product of the streets, a survivor, a hustler. Problem is, he grew up in mansions with private chefs. The man's biggest hardship used to be his Wi-Fi slowing down during Fortnite, and yet, here he was behind bars trying to prove something nobody asked for. Social media wasn't kind. Twitter threads dragged him mercilessly. You can't spell privilege without King. TikTok creators remixed his mugshot into rap parodies. And even old-school fans started questioning T.I.'s parenting. The King Harris challenge went viral, people imitating his tough guy talk from old videos followed by cutting to the jail footage. It was pure chaos, and the internet couldn't get enough. Meanwhile, celebrity reactions poured in. 50 Cent threw shade on Instagram with a cryptic post, "Should have listened to your pops." Boosie chimed in, saying something so wild it had to be censored by half the blogs. Even Charlamagne Tha God joked on The Breakfast Club. That's what happens when clout meets karma. Everyone turned into a commentator on the Harris family downfall. And then came the twist. T.I. didn't stay silent forever. Days after the clip went nuclear, a shaky video surfaced of T.I. pacing back and forth in his studio, looking like a man wrestling his pride. "It ain't no game out here," he said. "This ain't no movie. That's my son, and I'm gonna handle that." His tone wasn't anger, it was heartbreak dipped in frustration. You could feel years of effort, fatherhood, and disappointment boiling in every pause, but the internet doesn't care about tone. It wants spectacle. Some fans praised him for being honest. Others accused him of enabling King's behavior for years. Comment sections turned into battlefields. T.I. raised him right. Nah, T.I. raised him rich. This what happens when your daddy a rapper, but your mama a reality star. The takes got nastier by the hour. Meanwhile, King's friends tried to defend him, saying the video was taken out of context. But how much context do you need when you're in handcuffs, bro? Every defense made things worse. Reporters started pulling up his old interviews, his live videos. His arguments with T.I. Every ounce of digital dirt resurfaced like ghosts crawling out the algorithm. Then, fans noticed something deeper. T.I.'s old warnings had aged like prophecy. In a 2022 interview, he said, "My biggest fear is my son trying to prove something to people who don't care." Fast forward to 2025, and that fear became a headline. It's almost Shakespearean, the father who conquered the streets now watching his son drown in them. All for likes and validation. The public started digging into T.I.'s past too, his own arrest, his probation battles, his rise from the trap to the charts. The comparisons wrote themselves. Like father, like son, some joked. But others took it seriously, saying, this is generational trauma with a spotlight. Suddenly, this wasn't just about King, it was a reflection on fame itself. What happens when you raise your kids in a world that worships chaos and calls it culture? King's social media went dark. No posts, no stories, no comments. Just silence, and that silence was louder than any apology. Meanwhile, his name stayed trending. The world had turned his mistake into entertainment. And T.I.? He became the unwilling main character of a narrative he never wanted to write. The craziest part? Rumors started flying that someone inside the jail leaked the video on purpose, possibly for money, possibly for revenge. TMZ reported that the clip was being sold in underground forums before it went public. That means this wasn't just a scandal, it was a setup. Someone wanted the world to see King break, and boy, did they get what they wanted. At this point, the internet wasn't just watching a story, it was feeding on it. Every share, every reaction, every think piece kept the Harris family in the headlines. The meme economy was booming. You couldn't scroll for 5 seconds without seeing T.I.'s face edited onto a crying Michael Jordan meme. This wasn't just viral, it was cultural carnage. And as the world laughed, T.I. began plotting his response. Because if there's one thing the King of the South knows, it's how to turn pain into a performance. And trust me, the next move? Nobody saw it coming. When the smoke finally started to clear, the internet expected T.I. to retreat, hide behind PR teams, drop a generic family privacy post, and call it a day. But this man didn't build a 2-decade empire by staying quiet when his name was trending. Nope. He did what T.I. does best. He stood 10 toes down in the storm and turned it into a sermon. Late one night, a live notification popped up on Instagram. T.I. is live. Within minutes, tens of thousands of viewers poured in like ants on spilled sugar. The screen lit up with the man himself, tired eyes, calm tone, but you could tell this wasn't the rapper. This was the father. He started off slow, almost whispering, "I've seen the video. I know what's out there. But y'all need to understand something. This ain't entertainment to me." And just like that, the internet shut up. No memes, no comments, just silence. He continued, "That's my child. Y'all can laugh, y'all can post, y'all can make jokes, but I know where we came from. And I know what it takes to raise a man." The line hit like a punch to the chest. For once, the internet saw the pain behind the persona. This wasn't T.I. the hustler or T.I. the actor. This was Clifford Harris, the father who's seen too much and lost too many to stay silent. Fans started dropping heart emojis, others typed respect, while a few trolls still tried to keep the circus going. But even they couldn't deny the rawness of that moment. Then came the unexpected twist. King himself broke his silence. Out of nowhere, he posted a short clip on his story. No words. Just a black background with text that read, "Y'all don't know what I'm fighting." Within minutes, it had over 1 million views. Some fans read it as a cry for help. Others saw it as defiance. Either way, it sparked a wildfire of sympathy and speculation. The next day, paparazzi caught T.I. and King walking out of a restaurant in Atlanta. No smiles, no statements, just father and son side by side. The photo went viral instantly. 2 generations of a legacy trying to survive the same streets, just in different ways. Blogs called it the redemption walk. Fans captioned it, like father, like son, but this time, they're learning together. But behind the photos and headlines, insiders say the mood inside the Harris household is tense. T.I. reportedly grounded King from everything, no phones, no media, no music studio. Instead, he made him sit through long talks about responsibility and image. "You got the same blood as me," he allegedly told him, "but you ain't gotta make the same mistakes." Meanwhile, celebrities started to shift their tone. Even the ones who mocked King earlier began to post supportive messages. Rick Ross dropped a comment saying, "Every king goes through fire before the crown fits." Snoop Dogg posted a prayer emoji under T.I.'s latest post. Suddenly, the industry that laughed was showing respect, because everyone realized this wasn't about clout anymore. It was about consequence. The internet, however, never forgets. The memes slowed down but didn't stop. Every time T.I. posted, someone would comment "Free King" or "Where's the footage?" tip. The trolls couldn't resist milking the scandal for clicks. But T.I., in true veteran fashion, used it as fuel. He went on a podcast and dropped one of the realest lines of his career: "Everybody wanna see the fall. But nobody talk about the rebuild." That clip alone got millions of views and turned the narrative around. Then, as if scripted by fate, King dropped a freestyle online, recorded in his room. No auto-tune, no filters. Just pain, regret, and bars. "They laugh at my fall, but they don't know my climb," he rapped. "My daddy taught me hustle, but I learned pain in real time." It was raw, unpolished, but powerful. Fans flooded the comments. "He's finding himself. This is the King Harris we wanted." For the first time, people weren't clowning him. They were listening. The same clip that nearly ended him became the fuel for his redemption. ARCT, I reposted it with the caption, "Proud of your growth, son," and just like that, the energy shifted. What started as humiliation turned into healing. The father who once feared failure was now guiding his son through it. But let's not get it twisted. The internet loves a comeback almost as much as it loves a downfall. People started speculating that this could turn into a documentary or even a song collab between father and son. Rumor mills went crazy with titles like From Jail to Justified, The King Harris Story. Still, I wasn't celebrating. In a recent interview, he said, "I ain't proud of what happened, but I'm proud we facing it head on." And that's the kind of quote that shuts every critic up, because in the end, this scandal wasn't just about fame or failure or viral clips. It was about blood, legacy, and the painful truth that sometimes even kings have to fall to understand the value of their crown. The world saw the footage. The internet laughed. But behind those trending hashtags was a family fighting to find its way back. And if this chapter proved anything, it's that no matter how hard fame hits, resilience hits harder. And somewhere out there, T.I.'s reminding everyone, this story isn't over. It's just getting started. And there you have it. The story that shook Atlanta, broke the internet, and turned the Harris family name into a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. From flashy flexing to mugshot memes, King Harris just learned the hardest lesson Hollywood never teaches. Fame don't come with forgiveness. And T.I.? The man just found out being a father in the spotlight in a music video. It's a battlefield where every mistake becomes a headline. But here's the wild part, this story ain't done. Nah, this is just chapter 1 in the legacy versus reality saga that's about to unfold. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that the Harris household doesn't fold, it fights back. You think T.I. and King are going to stay quiet after this? Please. This is the same family that turned a reality show into a dynasty. Give it a few weeks, and we might see a whole redemption rollout that'll make Netflix documentaries jealous. Now, before you scroll to the next scandal, hold up. Smash that like button like it owes you rent money. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Is this the wake-up call King Harris needed or the beginning of an even messier saga? Because trust me, if you think this was dramatic, you have no idea what's brewing behind the scenes. Hit subscribe and turn that notification bell on like it's your ex texting at 2 a.m. because the rumor mill never sleeps. And neither do we. Every whisper, every secret, every leaked clip, we catch it first. Stay tuned. Stay petty, and remember, in the world of fame and fallout, truth isn't just stranger than fiction, it's way more entertaining. Plus trend tattle, where the chaos never clocks out. Chaos never clocks out.